I'm ready to call it for now. Got a pretty good chunk of it out. So you can tell the dash is gone, column is out. I started plucking away at the harness. I got the fuse blocks unmounted. All the hardware on the dash essentially is gone. I have to take out the brake pedal bracket and mount the wipers. Under the hood, not that there was an engine, I took out the airbox. That's no longer in my way. The steering column was gone now. This car actually has a pretty darn good shell. Like, I'm surprised with what I've seen so far. There's a lot of stuff that's still intact. It's just a shame that this car's ownership was gone, and that the motor was removed in such a aggressive manner, because it probably could have seen the road without too much fuss. And you know, it's not that far off, but doesn't matter. I'm gonna keep on picking away and removing stuff and working on this project here and getting her yanked apart. I don't know how much you guys can see now, but at least the area that I'm working is pretty well lit. Works great. So I guess what really got me into Chevettes in the first place, I don't know. I have memories of my grandpa who had one, and it was a dark blue S model with the red trim on it, dark blue interior, and I always thought that car was really neat. Can't really explain why. Nothing at all to it. You know, manual everything and just super basic, but maybe it's something about that I really drew me in. And for the longest time I always wanted one, but the troubles I seemed to have was that any Chevette, or at least at the time, any Chevette that I was looking for or wanted, it just wouldn't have been realistic. I didn't have a car to get around with that was reliable, so I needed something that I could use every day, and the Chevettes that I would see were not in that condition. They were certainly something that needed to be fixed, the projects type stuff, and it just wasn't the right time. And then moving out here with my wife like we did, we ended up with some extra space, and just kind of happened. The first one showed up, and it was not long after that I ended up with a second one, and you know, and then the plan started rolling together, and I figured, hey, I can put this part from that car in here, and I can make one good one out of, you know, something that someone else might see as trash. Well, I haven't really divulged a whole lot of information about this project. You get the gist of it. I'm using parts from this car to fuel to fuel what I need on the other car. I guess the thing about this project that I'm most worried about, or most concerns me, I guess, is if I get to a point in the project where I don't know what to do. Because some of the stuff that I'm going to be diving into is new territory for me, and it's certainly a little bit out of my wheelhouse, but if you've watched stuff on this channel before, you'll know that I'm the type of person that likes to figure stuff out, and I like the challenge. I kind of enjoy that. It's rewarding once you finally get something working or finished or achieved, and it wasn't necessarily straightforward and easy. You know, even with life, that's kind of fun sometimes too. If it was all super easy, it'd be kind of boring. But this project, to me, the biggest concern is if I get hung up. I mean, I have a lot of great resources in people that I can contact to try to get me unstuck if I do get stuck. So, I mean, if I'm putting money into, or an investment of time and money into a project, I certainly want to see it through. And that's kind of, I guess, my biggest concern, is just maybe running into something that would stop me. But I'm very motivated to actually see this through to the end, because I can almost see myself driving that car down the road and imagine the feelings and the sensations associated with it. And I think that's going to help carry me through this to the end, because it really will be rewarding, and it's really going to be more than just a car to me. There's I don't know, It's silly, but these cars for some reason really grasp a hold of me and drew me in. I'm definitely addicted to Chevettes. There's really no other way to describe that. I certainly don't have the most. I don't have the least compared to some folks out there, but my passion is certainly there. If for some reason you think you're going to win, you're very wrong. I will beat you. Well, the carpet came out in one piece. This thing is stinky. Lots of mouse remnants here. There's a common parking spot for them as we speak, right under the back seat. So as we keep going, I'm sure I'm going to find more nests. But I know this is crazy. But here, this is actually not bad. In the passenger side floor pan's all there. There's all floor here. That's nice. Driver's side's toast. I kind of knew that from underneath. So that can be recreated to some degree, or copied for that matter. It's not happening on this car. But yeah, this is it's a shame really that the ownership was lost, because this would have been a good car without much work put into it. But I'm going to keep putting the other kind of work into it and taking her apart. Let's dive into the back. So we'll leave it right here for now. The plastics are pretty well stripped. Glass, hatch, doors, hood, fenders still have to go. I still have all the suspension on the car, but that lets me at least move the thing around if necessary, because I think I'd be smart to take this outside and power wash it. Get all the poop out. And then it's at least something I could work inside of and cut out my panels and pieces and whatnots. Got to take the windshield out too at some point, and that's still a good one, so I got to be real careful doing that. Make sure it doesn't break, because I want to use it. Anywho, so far so good. Oh yeah, headliner. That's still got to come out. That's easy. Oh, we're coming up on 11 o'clock here, so I think I'm probably going to call it. Well, I got quite a bit more stripped off of this car. If you talk about under the hood, the rest of the harness is gone, the booster is gone, the proportioning valve gone, the canister, the charcoal canister's out, wiper motor, gonzo. Then we get into the car here. Glass, the side windows at least are out. The latch for the hatch is gone, the seals are gone. The remainder of everything that was in the dash is gone. I gotta pull out the wiper mounts and linkages still that roll through the dash there. It's just a couple of more bolts and take the wiper arms off. I have the outer edge, the drip edge trim is off. So it's getting down to just about a shell here. This fender I'll pick away at the rest of it tomorrow. Just pulled this guy off here, and the structure behind it is really well put together, still maintained pretty nice. So there's a lot of steel here that is going to be very, very good to have access to it. It'll certainly benefit. This was stuck to the carpet, by the way. So there's actually no driver's floor there. This was their fix, which is kind of funny. I mean, it certainly works. Okay, it's 11 o'clock. I'm cleaning up and I'm calling it a night. I'm finished.